These are a couple of high-profile departures after, recently, I believe it was 4 weeks back, there were a couple of other names that had departed. One went to OpenAI. So the fact that Google is losing talent, I mean, these are people who have been there for very long. It's definitely not a good sign, if you ask me. And plus, their model release has been delayed. So the Gemini 3.5 version model, Pro 1, has been delayed. And from what we have gathered, the Gemini 4 is most likely going to get delayed. So this is a race about the models. And if you're not releasing a frontier model, and Anthropic and OpenAI keep creating all the news about how their models can hack, any system out there, that's definitely feels like, Google is missing at least the model lead right now. And it could change, but to my mind, this is not a positive. And I think the stock reflected that sentiment.
So we hear that they're going to really centralize their leadership to California. That kind of is the seed of everything, even though we know that, is it Larry Page or Sergey Brin who's been moving to outside of California?
Florida? Or I don't know.
Nevada.
Yeah,
okay. He
right.
went to Reno.
Village.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Incline Village, which is basically California, but just across the border. What does that say about California as the center of tech talent, and how whatever efforts you want to make to try to decentralize that, to spread it out to other places, maybe lower cost places, it's kind of a fool's errand, isn't it?
Yeah, and look, right now it feels like Anthropic and OpenAI are getting the big names when it comes to, the folks who are actually training these models and, the scaling laws that are driving all the development. So from that perspective, I mean, Google is still a pretty large firm and they've got, folks all over. But there was a time when Google and Meta used to be the magnet for the top talent. It feels like right now it's Anthropic and OpenAI. And the departures kind of suggest that, I mean, even though Google has a lot going for them in terms of infrastructure, the TPUs, and all those are positives. But when it comes to the model race, I mean, that's why Mark Zuckerberg spent millions to form that superintelligence unit with 50 people, but 50 of the smartest people. And still, Meta doesn't have a model that is comparable to the frontier labs. So it is a very hard problem to solve in terms of catching up to the frontier. And I feel once you slip, it will get hard.
So just a follow-up on that, if you don't come out with the frontier model and you have this talent, is it just a matter of time before that talent then goes to OpenAI, Anthropic, out of frustration that they're not making more concrete progress?
I mean, it sounds like, especially with Jeff Dean and a couple of guys that left, this week, there was an element of frustration. And that's been the case with Google since the ChatGPT days. They invented the transformer. Why weren't they the first ones to release a product? So it keeps coming back with this management team. It's like you're not releasing new products fast enough. And yes, they have to defend that search business, which is the cash cow, which is what feeds everything. So I can see both sides. But when it comes to talent, they'll go to the place where they see, a lot happening in terms of new products, model development. And so maybe Google is being conservative on the model side for a good reason. They have to defend search.
I think what we're all coming to appreciate more is this stuff's expensive to do this stuff. And now, and Google's out today with a $25 billion bond offer.
Yeah.
They can raise capital at the snap of the fingers.
Yeah.
How about like the Anthropics and the OpenAIs of the world? I mean, at some point, they got to start hitting the capital markets, I would think.
I mean, the interesting anecdote here is a lot of Google's cloud revenue comes from Anthropic running their workloads on Google. In fact, Anthropic's models are even trained on Google TPUs. So Google is the infrastructure provider for Anthropic, but at the same time, they are competing at the model layer. So it is kind of quite intertwined when you think about this race, and it's very concentrated. But I don't think Google cares about it being expensive,